Hello y'all, welcome to part 6 of my Rene Guenon Morocco playthrough in a Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux. In part 5 we continued our war with the 3rd International faction, which is led by the Commune of France and the Union of Britain. So let's unpause. Currently we have an offensive taking place in France and we're just trying to push back the syndicalist slash socialist forces there. Syndicalist forces there, trying to drive back those divisions. We're making a good bit of progress, but there is some losses as well. We're taking tons of casualties, although honestly we have plenty of manpower, so we aren't suffering too badly there. Let me see the casualties here right now. We have taken over 1 million casualties. Meanwhile, the 3rd International faction has taken over 300,000. And the majority of those casualties are from the Commune of France, who has done the bulk of fighting against the esoteric realm of the true France. And right now, besides the war on the land, we're fighting a massive war in the skies in southern France, as well as in the ocean of the western Mediterranean Sea. We're losing tons of convoys constantly. It's very annoying. We may soon send out our navy. We've been building up. They just haven't been doing too much though. And move those ships past Gibraltar, have them assemble, and they'll go western Mediterranean with the goal of hopefully securing that area for the esoteric realm of the true France. Just have them patrol. It may not end well. We'll find out though. We'll just build back ships if we have to. They're fighting a lot of, submarines. We have no kind of naval support for them right now. And we have a possible air doctrine upgrade available at this point. Let's do combat unit destruction for higher close air support. Well, more agility for our close air support aircraft, and we're doing a battlefield support doctrine. Right now we don't have many close air support airplanes, but in the future we plan on changing that. Yeah, those convoys we keep losing are annoying. We need to hold that area big time. We have to repair our ships. Did we win at least? We lost a couple destroyers in a battle with the huge Commune of Britain fleet. The Commune of Britain Navy, the British Navy, is crushing us at sea, which is no surprise. We do need some naval bombers, that is for certain. The issue with that, though, is that it takes us a long time to research anything because we only have 2 research slots. And the Cape to Cairo rail has been done by the Germans, and Beijing fell in China. And I think my Navy is not going to be able to really secure control over the sea right now in the western Mediterranean. There's just so much overwhelming power for the 3rd International. Let's abandon the order for any kind of patrol in the western Mediterranean Sea right now. We just maybe need to get some naval bombers out very soon in the near future. And speaking of naval bombers, well, planes anyway, we have some fighters available. Send them out in southern France. That's going to be 600 fighter planes in that air region now. And our goal is to try and secure the airspace there. We're fighting many planes belonging to the 3rd International. We're hoping to eventually overwhelm them, but it is easier said than done. They have close air support, bombers of all kinds, as well as tons of fighters from all across the 3rd International. Now let's research computing machine. Actually, no, let's get naval bomber researched. Get that done. We need it so badly. And we're pushing now we're advancing toward Orléans. We just took Bruges, I think it's whatever it's called. And we're just driving back the French we encounter. But let's go for Lyon, which is over here, and Lyonnais, or whatever. We're pushing back the enemy forces. I mean, we are winning on the land. We just can't win at the sea. In the war at the sea right now, we have this division here. Let's move them over to the 5th Army, who is pushing alongside the rest of Army Group 1, which consists of Army 1, 2, 3, Army 1, 2, 4, and 5. Army 3 is just being garrison duty right now. We just caught a operative from the Commune of France, and they were probably trying to do some spy work or something, some kind of espionage, and we put an end to that. Now in the mass assault in our land doctrine tree, whatever, let's get human wave assault, and we're doing mass assault doctrine. An ace pilot has been promoted. Okay, we have aces now due to all the fighting in the skies in southern France, and we're just trying to watch out for anything the British Navy may do. They are the real bane of our presence at sea. There's some book there, some book event. Was about a book. I think it's about a book Winston Churchill wrote called The Finest Hour. And we have more stuff available. What is this? Air Doctrine. We're getting tons of air EXP. Let's do ground support integration. We need to also start making some close air support aircraft, which, yeah. So what else can we do? Let's go to total mobilization for our economy law now. That's done. Let's also set our trade law to closed economy. And now, yeah, let's just keep things on closed conscription. Let's actually move to limited conscription, because we have cores on practically every state in the world. We should be fine. And we're continuing. Did we lose some ground, maybe? I think we did. The French do have some tanks here, but we're dealing them a lot of damage. The Polish Republic joined the Reichspakt, okay. And I don't know how long this war is going to take. Honestly, at the rate it's going, the Reichspakt may declare war on the Third International before we're able to beat them, which will make things awkward, but we have to address that being a possibility that could happen in the near future. It is 1938, and if I recall, the Reichspakt and the Third International try to fight each other in 1939, usually in Kaiserreich/Kaiserredux. And speaking of wars, Illyria in the Balkans is taking on Austria, and Bulgaria is fighting Romania. And Bulgaria, I think, is losing. Yeah, they're losing pretty bad. They lost their capital, Sofia. Now they got to hold Varna. And Illyria, meanwhile, is sort of losing their war with the Austrian Empire, or the Donal Adribund, whatever the faction name there is. Let's research now. Fighter 1. Actually, no, don't worry about Fighter 1. Let's get computing machine for faster research speed. Some more divisions have been made. Send them up to the 5th Army. Let's also start trying to make a few close air support planes. We need close air support so bad. We need several of those to be made. And we have 61 military factories right now. We have cores on everything in the world. So any factories we capture in France will be a great boon for us. Let's get convoy interdiction in our naval doctrine there. And what's this here? Some convoys have been sunk. That's no surprise. And we have a new division made. Send them up to the 5th Army. We don't have any convoys, unfortunately, so they're going to have some problems getting across the Mediterranean to Spain. But yeah, that's just a situation we have to deal with. And we're gaining more ground in France, I think. We're getting closer to Orléans. We may be able to take it. I don't know. New division available. More divisions are available. We can't send them up to the 5th Army. We just keep losing convoys. Very annoying. We need to maybe get some more ships made here. That's 2 new ships. We lost an ace, I think. Devastating loss there. What's this? Doctrine available. Doctrine. Oh, that's for the army. We're doing mass mobilization. We're going to finish it up now by unlocking guerrilla warfare. That will give our army a higher recovery rate. Also, we'll have a not as bad non-combat out of supply penalty. Resistant growth speed in our states will go up. Well, if they're occupied by the enemy, that is. We're still pushing in France. I mean, we're going to be fighting this brutal war with France. I wish they're being occupied. They're busy with that right now. Good. So let's keep making some convoys. Don't lose them, please. Can these troops just land? Just get to Almeria. Don't lose more divisions, please. Doctrines available. Air doctrine. Key point bombing will be done. We'll have that researched now. I think we just lost some divisions, maybe. No, they landed successfully. We're losing convoys constantly as they're trying to land in Spain. It's very annoying, but yeah, the International is very persistent with their submarine missions near the Rif in Morocco, because we can't stop them at this time. Fortunately, though, even though we're not really able to supply our army in France with more divisions too well, we're still winning quite nicely at this point, because we have a very nice national spirit called the New France. And like I said before, we have cores in every state in the world, which means we're constantly not going to have to deal. We're not going to ever have to deal with resistance. Honestly, Rene Guenon Morocco's is pretty, I would have to say, overpowered, but it's fun to play. And we're still pushing toward Orléans. We're making some progress there. Hopefully, once we get past this militia, let me use forced attack here. We have the command power to do that. If we can get past these divisions here, we will make our way into that area. Naval bomber research has been done. Now we have a new research slot is available. Let's maybe get Fighter 1 done so we can upgrade our fighters, please. That would be ideal. And how's the air battle going in southern France? Are we winning still? Are they losing any planes? I don't know. They're taking some planes that are being shot down. We're having our own planes shot down, obviously. And it's really just going back and forth. Nobody is really winning in the skies right now. We need more overwhelming numbers, I guess. Do we have any planes available? That is 100 fighters, and that's 100 more fighters there for the esoteric round with the true France going up in southern France. Send them to a different airbase and have them go up. The Russian national state declared war on someone, and I think the Don-Cuban Union is fighting the Reichspakt. I think they are. And we should have an advantage now in the skies here, hopefully, if we can just overwhelm the enemy. Yeah, the Russian national state is fighting the Don-Cuban Union, which is pretty powerful at this point. And they have almost all the Caucasus under their control. The Northern Caucasus is completely... They are fighting Russia, though, so I'm not sure how well that's going to end for them. We have some unassigned divisions. Send them off to the 5th Army, which needs some troops. There we go, 23 divisions now in that force. Let's keep sending some troops into France. Please, we just need to keep a steady stream of soldiers entering into that front line, that theater of war. Now let's create a 6th Army, I suppose. We'll do that. New commander here. We already had a commander, I guess. Let's maybe give them the blue color. We'll do that. And how, are we at Orléans yet? I hope we are. We're getting very close to it now, I think. And let's push toward Orléans now. Our divisions move faster than your average division because of our national spirit. The New France, yeah, division speed plus 40%. So they're very speedy units overall. So we took Orléans. Now let's go for Paris because it doesn't seem like the Commune of France is guarding that too well. Let's go. They have some armor there, though. I can see it. A communard operative has been captured. Okay. And let's move some troops up here, maybe. The 5th Army is going to watch this front line near Paris. They can't really be part of the Army Group 1 because we have too many divisions. Actually, no. I don't know. Let's just have them do that for now. They're going to get close to Paris, though, either way. And let's continue pushing here. Take more of the Commune of France's territory, who at this point is having to feel the pain in terms of being able to manufacture enough tanks and equipment for their army. And we just lost a province, I think. We were getting close to Paris, but now they drove us back slightly. We are going to push more into Poitou, though. And we have doctrines available, or not, never mind. And the 6th Army will, the 6th Army will try to make their way across the Mediterranean to Spain and into France, if they don't get all their convoys sunk by submarines, that is. And the French are really trying to stop us now. The Commune of France is really trying to stop us from capturing Paris at this point. They put like a bunch of armored divisions up there, which is troubling, which is a problem for us, but we'll get by them eventually. And we have some factories available, or no, we just took some factories off of train production. We have too many trains. Wow, we have 461 trains. We got to get more planes on close air support. And Liberia was annexed. I think they tried to take on the Entente in Africa. It didn't go well for them. We're losing more ground here, I think. Not good. Can we use force attack? No, we cannot. And we're actually having our offensive stall out now. I really think at this point we're going to have to depend on the German Empire fighting the Third Internationale to break the deadlock, the stalemate between us and the Commune of France. The Sultan of Egypt declared war on, well, there's a lot of war going on in the Middle East right now. War in the desert, the Great Syrian Revolt. Basically, the Ottoman Empire is taking on a lot of countries at one time. They're fighting against, let's see here, they're fighting against Iran, Syria, now Armenia, Egypt. Who else? Anyone else? Cyrenaica. They may also eventually fight against Cyprus. I don't know. That could happen. Yeah, our offensive is just stalling out now. We're losing ground. We have no more, I guess, supply? Or is that the issue there? We have no more supply for our troops. That is definitely an issue. We need more guns, please, guys. We need more equipment. We need our convoys to stop getting destroyed constantly. Yemen joined the Cairo Axis, so now the Ottoman Empire has yet another enemy in the war in the desert. And I can't believe we just can't fight that navy they have, the Union of Britain has. Can we get more ships, please? We have several ships. Move these units to Cartagena and have them merge with our naval force. That's like, what, 15 ships at this point? They still are probably not going to be no match for anything they encounter in the Western Mediterranean. Possibly. We need naval bombers. That is what we need, ultimately. Because if we had those, we could probably blast apart anything belonging to the Third Internationale in the Mediterranean. And as our push slowly is where we're being repelled more and more in France, I'm going to end part 6 of my Rene Guenon Morocco playthrough and Kaiserredux here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can check out the mod Kaiserredux in the video description. The link is there.